Hi everyone, welcome back. This is going to be my monthly reading wrap-up video for July. I literally cannot believe that we are already in August. That's crazy to me. We're almost to fall. July was a very good month for me. I read 6 books, which is the most books I have ever read in a month, which obviously I know 6 books isn't like a crazy amount compared to what some people read. But one, it's not a competition. You read however much you want to read. Normally I read 4 or 5 books a month, and also considering that I moved across the state this month, and it's the month that I just happen to read the most books, is like crazy to me. I think a big part of that is because I did the 24-hour reading challenge and I read 3.5 books in that video, so that did contribute to me reading more books this month. But still, nonetheless, it's crazy that the 1 month that I'm moving, I read the most books. So I read 6. I have Goodreads open on my laptop over here, so I can tell you all of the ratings, and yeah, let's just get into it. So the first book that I read this month was Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I rated this book, I'm gonna put this up here. So I rated Love and Other Words 4 stars. This book was so good. I randomly went to Walmart one day and I saw this on the book aisle and I was like, oh my god, like I finally have to read that. I feel like everyone has read this book. Wait, why am I literally getting this book mixed up with If He Had Been With Me? I am not, oh my god, I literally am not even thinking of the right plot. Okay, I literally just had to read the back of this book to remember what it was about, and now I completely remember. This book is like a carbon copy of Every Summer After, if y'all have read that. I did like Every Summer After better, but this still was a really good book. I love the characters in this. Their names are Macy and Elliot. And it's kind of that, it's the kind of book to where they were like childhood friends and they meet back up like 15 years later as adults, and then they're like trying to rekindle their friendship. And it does like the dual perspective. So it goes back and forth between like current time and past time. And yeah, I really liked this book. I'm pretty sure I read this. Does it tell me on here? Yeah, I read this book in 2 days. It was really good. So I would definitely recommend this. The next book that I read was a book for the video letting the Snapchat AI pick my next read, and it picked The Silent Patient, which I was so excited for, because again, this is another book I've wanted to read for so long. The amount of people that have recommended this book to me is insane, and this book I heard had the craziest plot twist at the end like ever. And it definitely did. I was not guessing. Well, so funny. I had no idea what the plot twist was going to be at the end. But once I got to like the last 2 pages, I read something and I was like, oh my god, what if this is the plot twist? And then literally like 3 lines after I thought that in my head, it revealed the plot twist, and I had guessed what it was, which was crazy, but my mouth was hanging open like, what? This is a really good book. I feel like this is kind of a beginner good book for like a psychological thriller. I don't know if it's a psychological thriller, but it's definitely a good, it gets your mind thinking, I'll just say that. So I would definitely recommend this. I rated this book 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I would reread it again. Yeah, definitely would recommend this. The next book that I read was If He Had Been With Me. This is the book that I started reading a couple of days before we moved, and I finished it a couple of days after we moved into this apartment. So this book did take me a little bit longer to read. It's also a little bit of a thicker book. This one has almost 400 pages in it, so it is a little bit of a bigger book. This one was really sad. I will say, what did I rate this one? I can't even remember. Okay, I rated this one 4 stars, but I was a little hesitant to rate it 4 stars. I was going between like a 3.5 and 4. I hate saying this. I hate saying I hate anything about books. It like breaks my heart, but I just did not connect to the characters in this book. They start out very, very young in this book. I think they're in elementary or middle school, and the main girl, what is her name? Autumn. This is not a spoiler, but she wears tiaras to school everywhere she goes, and she's literally in high school at this point by the time she's wearing these tiaras. Like, even to graduation, I don't know if she ended up wearing it, but she wanted to wear a tiara to graduation, which, like, I'm so torn between, like, you do you, but something about it just irked me so bad, I can't explain it. Like, everyone in this book behaved like children except for Finn, which I really did like Finn, but it had a crazy plot twist at the end. I did tear up. I didn't full on cry like I thought I would. But yeah, this one, I would recommend this one. Just so you know, they are younger characters, and I feel like it's not as easy for certain people to connect with younger characters. The next book that I read was the start of the 24-hour reading challenge, and it is Twisted Love. I freaking loved this book. At first, I did not. What is this guy? Oh my god, I'm literally so bad with names, it's not even funny. Like, I read this book last week and I cannot remember the name. Alex is the main guy character, and within the first couple of chapters, there was a part to where he showed up at this, like, photo shoot, I think it was, and was being very, very demanding and, like, embarrassed Ava, the main character, and they, like, didn't even know each other. And so the fact that he was acting like that was very, like, it gives all the red flags, but it was very embarrassing for him. Like, it was giving me secondhand embarrassment, and it was also just, like, really making me mad because he was so controlling to someone that he, like, didn't even know. It was just very weird. So at first I was kind of like, this book is kind of giving me the ick, but it got better. I'll just say that. It did get better. And I love how this is a series. So this is the first one. And then there's Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies. So I'm so excited to read the rest of the books. I think I'm going to order Twisted Games on Amazon. I freaking love this book so much. What did I rate this one? Literally almost just, like, broke the spine on that book. I rated this one 4 stars. This one was between 4 and 5 stars though. Like, it was 5-star potential, but like I've said before, I feel like you just know in your heart when it's a 5-star, and I didn't get the feeling with this one. So yeah, I just went ahead and rated it 4, but I really, really like this series, and I cannot wait to read the rest of the books. The next book that I read was The Wedding Ringer by Carrie Ray. Guys, if you watched my 24-hour reading challenge, then you'll know what my initial thoughts were on this book. I did not think I was gonna like it. So I got this book and one other book from, why is my mind blanking? Half Price Books. And I literally still have the sticker on it up here, but I had tried reading the other book that I got that was kind of similar to this one, and I absolutely hated it. Like, had to DNF it, just the worst book ever. I don't even remember what the book was called. It's somewhere on my bookshelf. But, so I was really scared that I wasn't going to like this book, and this has been sitting on my TBR for probably 3 or 4 months now. That's when I got this. But I finally gave it a chance because I had nothing else to read, and I ended up giving this book 4 stars. It was so good. I was so invested. And I love how this book's not as well known. I think on Goodreads, this book only has a couple hundred reviews. Actually, I can check real quick. Yeah, this only has 597 reviews, which is not a lot. Like, a lot of well-known books have upwards of, like, hundreds of thousands. So I'm so happy that I liked this book. I love discovering, like, lesser well-known books. So I would definitely recommend this. It's about this girl who she caught her fiance and her best friend cheating together, on each other, and not on each other, like, her name is, oh my god, what is her name? Willa. And she catches her fiance and her best friend, like, they were together, and she caught them in bed. So she obviously ended things with both of them. And she's in a coffee shop one day, and this girl Maisie, which by the way, I love the name Maisie so much, but this girl Maisie like runs into this coffee shop and is like freaking out and sits down with Willa and is like, please pretend to be my friend. Like, I've been lying to my fiance. He thinks that I come here to meet with a friend every day. But she doesn't actually, so she's trying to like fake, I don't know. She ends up needing someone to be in her wedding as well, so she pays this girl Willa to be in her wedding. That they don't know each other like that, like they just met at this coffee shop, but she's paying her like $5,000 to be in her wedding, to be like a fake bridesmaid, basically bridesmaids for hire. But along the way, they actually end up becoming friends, and it's just a really, really cute story. And I love how this book is written. It's written so good. So I would definitely recommend this to y'all. And then the last book that I read, which was also the last full book that I read in the 24-hour reading challenge, was Last Summer Eden. This book I got at Goodwill because Goodwill books are like $2, so I picked up a couple of books hoping that I was gonna like them. And this book was okay. It, again, if you watched my 24-hour reading challenge, you'll know all about this, but within the first couple of pages, I realized that this is a like Christian camp book, and it's pretty religious. And I am religious, but I don't go to church like that, like at all. And I don't know. They talked about God a lot in this book, which I'm not against talking about God, but I've never read a book that talks about God like that. I've never read a religious book. So it was a little interesting. I rated this book, I believe, yeah, I rated this 3 stars. I finished it. I kind of had to push myself through to finish it. There were times I thought about setting this book down and not picking it back up, but I had to do it. So it wasn't horrible. Would I recommend it to people? If you're like a young teenager or even like a tween going to a Christian summer camp, maybe yes, I would recommend this to you. But if you are a 23-year-old woman like me who doesn't go to church, then no, I probably would not recommend this book to you. So that's the last book that I read. And yeah, that was all of my 6 books. I had, how many 5 stars did I have? Oh, I only had 1 5-star, and then 4 4-stars, and then 1 3-star. So it was a pretty good month. I'm so proud of myself for reading 6 books this month. I would say I would try to do that every month, but realistically, that's just not gonna happen. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos from me. I would really appreciate it. I love getting new friends on here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.